Hi Trader, Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Today is Friday, so TGIF. I know it took you forever and a day to get to this day, but guess what? Friday's here, the weekend is upon you. Hopefully you have really great plans. If not, hopefully you're going to spend some time relaxing, right? I like to relax, take it easy. And I like to go out too. Tomorrow, actually, my daughter is in high school. She's a senior. She's actually the captain of the cheer team. That's another story. But tomorrow is actually homecoming. It's her final homecoming, in high school. She wants to be a cheerleader in college as well. Well, anyway, so my weekend is a little bit busy. Hopefully yours is busy with great things, either your family or friends, or if not, you're just relaxing, Anyway, before we get into a recap of the overall markets, I wanted to briefly talk to you about a few things. One, couple of things. One, if you're new, I want to say welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Do us a solid, drop us a comment in the comment section. If you're returning, welcome back. You can be doing a lot of other things, or at least I know that, you know that as well. But in this moment, you're here with me, and I think that that's really great. But for those that typically drop in and watch our videos, you'll notice a difference in what you're seeing now, right? Not necessarily the ETF, the SPY. I always start out with that, but the actual trading platform looks a little bit different, and that's because it is. I haven't 100 or 1000% switched over, but right now what you're looking at is the Webull's interface. That's Webull, W-E-B-U-L-L. They're all over the place. You may have heard of them. I'm not so sure, but in my opinion right now, they are the biggest threat, right? They are competitors to Robinhood. And I wanted to talk about them really quickly. They contacted me like several weeks or several months ago. They wanted me to, essentially talk to any trader that I know, my followers, my members, let them know that they're on the scene. I was kind of hesitant to do it in the beginning. I had downloaded their mobile app, wasn't thrilled with it, and so I was like, you know what, I probably wouldn't use this, so I'm not going to let, my followers, the people that listen to me, I'm not going to tell them about it because, I don't use this that much. Anyway, fast forward, they continuously emailed me. They were very persistent. They made a whole bunch of changes. Perhaps they got feedback from a lot of their users, and they made a whole lot of changes in terms of the desktop application, what you're looking at right now, as well as the app on the mobile phone. I've been playing around with the desktop for a couple of days, weeks now, and I actually really, really like it. So going forward, this might be what you're going to see. And I'm going to speed it up. It's already 4 minutes, and I didn't want to, it's 3 minutes, and I didn't want to take this long on this. So a couple of things. They're really trying to incentivize people to get on their platform free of cost to you. They're giving away, it's obscene the amount of things that they're giving away for free. What I really wanted to tell you about is that right now they're offering a stock promotion. You get literally 2 free stocks valued at up to $1,000. Yes, $1,000 if you sign up and you open up an account. Now, I'm going to link the link, so if you want to open up an account, you can do that. I'm also going to link a link to the article I wrote describing all the things that I like about Webull, as well as some of the drawbacks. And I'm going to get into the whole Webull app, as I get more acclimated to it, perhaps later down the line, maybe in the next week or two. So that's the first thing. I think that promotion ends in like 2 to 3 days. So if you want those 2 free stocks valued at $1,000 or up to $1,000, definitely just click on the link that I'm going to provide below in the description and sign up. It's not long at all, like very seamless, very easy. It takes about maybe under 15 minutes to actually open up an account. Once you open up an account, boom, you get your free stock, your first one. When you fund your account with $100, boom, you get your second free stock. Now, you don't need to pay them absolutely anything. They just want you to open up an account with them, really, and they're giving you 2 free stocks. They're also doing a whole bunch of other things that I'm going to get more into on Sunday when I release my watch list to my subscribers. So If you're not subscribed, make sure you go to ShortMeTina.com and subscribe. I'm going to talk about like the awesome things that Webull are giving away just so folks can jump on their platform. Again, this is like no cost to you. They're giving away like Tesla. Yeah, the car Tesla. They're giving away like $40,000 towards student loans. If you have student loans and you want $40,000, jump in on this. And how can you win that? Again, I'll go into details in my newsletter. And they're hosting a trading competition right now. They're giving away prizes like I'm telling you, like literally prizes upwards of $10,000 for this virtual trading competition. So you're not using you're using fake money to make real money. So the trading competition that they're hosting right now, you know, again, you don't have to use your real money's account. They fund you, I think, like $100,000 in virtual dollars. And if you win, you literally can win up to like tens of thousands of dollars. It's insane. Like, all by just opening up an account, just by opening up an account and funding it with $100. You don't even have to make a trade. They give you 2 free stocks. You don't have to make a trade. You can close your account in a month or 2 and you can still like get all these prizes. So link below to the article if you want to learn a little bit more about Webull and what they have to offer. And there's a lot of things that they offer for free. And also link below in case you want to open up that account. And if you want to find out more about all the things that they have to offer, because they've been literally sending me stuff, I want to say every single week, I'll go into it briefly in my newsletter, right? So I spent a lot of time on that, but I just wanted folks at minimum to get those 2 free stocks. And I think they end that promotion in 2 days. So if you want those 2 free stocks, click the link below. Yes, I'm an affiliate, but like I said, they contacted me weeks ago. I didn't do it because I really wasn't behind the platform. But now that they've incentivized folks and they've added so many great things, I don't see it makes no reason for me to like not sort of let folks know about this. All right. So that's out the way. So yeah, look at this. I actually like this interface, right? It's kind of cool. I like that the black screen. Let's get this out of the way. All right, so let's get underway with a recap of the overall markets right now. What you're looking at is the SPY S&P 500, still a daily chart dating back to 2017, so about 2 years worth of data. Being that it's a new software that I'm using, I have to draw in the lines once again. So basically, essentially like what happened on Friday, right? Last week, Friday, we had that sell-off. Today, the same thing happened. We had a sell-off. But even in the midst of all of that, we closed, you can see a quote here of 295.40. Let's see what's going on in after hours. In after hours, we're up about 0.15%. I see a quote here of 295.85. And so for me, although we dipped to a low of, what was today's low? Let's zoom in a little bit. Although we dipped to a low today of around 293.69, that's well within that 293 to 295 zone, once resistance, now support zone that I've been talking about forever. So for me, although the sell-off was quote-unquote a little bit scary today and perhaps even scary last week, for me, there's not much to be done because the SPY essentially is doing like a whole bunch of, like it's, you know, it's kind of like yo-yoing, it's, but it's doing like a whole bunch of nothing really. If we were to even go back for a year, like let's literally go back to where the market was trading at. Okay, let's see this. So today is September 27th. Let's go back to September 27th a year ago. The high 365 days ago was 291.91. So had you have bought the SPY, went away for a year, came back, yes, you'd be slightly down. Actually, no, you'd be slightly up to break even in your account. A whole bunch of a nothing burger. Although we had this 25% decline, 25% run up, 10% decline after the Fed's issued cuts. We had this run up. Fed's issued cuts again, and we've pulled back. I haven't done the math, but it's probably like about 2% or 3%, or maybe even like a little over 1%. I say that to say like these gyrations or these moves can really scare you. But for me, the main thing is just, you know, have your price points set. I hope I'm making sense. Have your price points set and just honor them. So for me, the price points that I've been talking about a whole lot has been that 293 to 295 mark, right? So that's my, let's call it, that's my pivot spot, right? So for me, I'm saying pivot as in I'm actually going to do something if it breaks above or below, right? So we're sitting here, you know, again at 295. Today we went a little as low as 293. Yesterday I think we went as low as 294. So it has not broken out of that range. So for me, it means do absolutely nothing. And yes, I am still short because, look, why wouldn't you be short? So that's kind of my take on this buy, right? As remaining of... So yeah, like if there's nothing to be done once you've established those pivot or price points, then you know, for your own sanity, don't let the gyrations or these types of moves in the market sway you. So for a very long time, I've stated that my focal point, 293 to 295, if it breaks below that, that's a cautionary, not tail, it's kind of, it's cautionary. I become cautious at that point. If we break above 295 or remain above 295, then I'll say to myself, well, it looks like the market actually wants to continue to grind higher. All the other stuff in between, I just, you know, it is what it is, right? Kind of all over the place. Hope that makes sense. If not, drop a comment, ask me questions, or just listen to any of the other videos I've done within the last year or so. It might be a lot more clearer on what I'm paying attention to the SPY, all right? What else? All right, and then we have the IWM daily chart dating back to 2017. So about 2 years worth of data. I see a quote here of 151.16. We're off 0.80% on the day, up slightly in after hours. What's the final quote? In after hours, we see 151.23. Nothing too meaningful in my opinion. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see that the stock pulled back similar to the SPY. We went as low as 150.50 today. So I'm very actually surprised by this move. I honestly thought that the markets would have at least gotten that bounce at around that 152, 153 mark. That didn't happen. We actually broke down today. You can see it with volume. Does that mean that I'm 100% bearish on the IWM now? Absolutely not. I'm not, because again, if you go back, you will see, as I've been discussing for the last, I don't know, entire year, the IWM, similar to the SPY, has been trading within a channel, right? The lower end of that channel is this. It comes in at around 144. The upper end of that channel is around 160. Maybe in a later video, I'm going to add my arrows. But like I indicated in the video yesterday, we tried to penetrate that level at least 7 or 8 times, that 160 level, to no avail. So unless the IWM breaks either to the upside or to the downside, it's doing, and this is like, I don't know why I keep calling everything a nothing burger, but that's just kind of what I've been saying the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. It's a whole lot of nothing. It's a huge nothing burger, right? Because it's literally have been trading within a cycle for 2 years, with the exception of this overshoot here and this undershoot here. So for me, I'm just waiting for a resolution. Listen, I know how to long, I know how to short, hence the name ShortMeTina. Whatever you want to, hence why I'm also short the SPY. Whatever you want to do, market, you let me know. I'm going to follow suit. So if you want to break to the upside, right, and then that's my cue to go long, I'll do that. If you want to break to the downside, and then I go short, I'll just do that. I just want it to resolve itself. I cannot, like seriously, I cannot go another year with the market literally trading within this range. I needed to do something. So granted, we're sitting here at 151.16. And that's another thing that I actually like about Webull here. You can see I essentially gave them a price alert. Please tell me and alert me, send it to my phone and my email. Let me know when the IWM dips below 150. That'll let me know it's off about 13% from all-time highs, and then perhaps I'll make a trade and then. So I'm not going to sit in front of my screen. I'm not a day trader. You know, I swing trade. I'm not going to sit in front of my screen forever and ever, just like literally watching hour by hour, tick by tick. I don't have time for that. Like, I run a business. I clearly have a teenage daughter. I have a family. I have paying members that I need to tend to. So when it gets to 150, then I'll reassess things. For now, bunch of nothing burger, just waiting for it to either break to the upside 160 or break to the downside below 144, right? Price points, pivots, that's the pivot for the IWM. What else? All right, and then we have Facebook. I want to talk about Facebook just to illustrate that, one, I don't know why folks don't love technical analysis. I think volume and price speaks extremely loudly to me. And when I see certain things in the markets and I'm uncomfortable, I just get out. So Facebook was actually a trade that we took in the premium member community not too long ago. I want to say we were in this trade for about 3 or 4 weeks, right? I'm not going to necessarily tell you exact price points. That's not necessary. But we did see, right? We did see the stock spike about 7%, 7 to 8% in, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, right? We were in profit, got in somewhere around here. And then let's fast forward to like this. Actually, for the last 2 weeks, I've been on, although we were in profit, I was actually very uncomfortable with the position because here it is that the market is making all-time highs and Facebook is barely struggling. You can see it here, barely struggling to get back to its most recent highs of 208.66. I did not like that, especially coming from, the first letter in FANG, right? Especially coming from a market leader. Facebook was once a market leader. So if the market is making all-time highs, why is this like having a hard time, putting up a decent amount of percent? So I was reluctant initially to get out of our position because we were actually in profit. Like I said, we were up about 7 or 8%. And so in our newsletter, I definitely expressed my discomfort, but I said, you know what? We're in profit. Let's hold on to it. Fast forward this week, and I was like, that's how I talk to myself. I usually say, you know what? And then I actually said it to myself too. And I was like, you know what? I want to get out of Facebook. Don't like the way that the stock is acting. Is just like this entire pattern here for me looks just like a lag, right? I did not expect this sort of action from a market leader, right? Especially consolidating after a pullback, perhaps consolidating after a run-up, not consolidating after a pullback. If the market is making new all-time highs, Facebook, in my opinion, should be doing the same thing, not struggling. And this, for me, I was seeing a lot of struggle. And so early in the week, I sent a mid-week recap to the premium members. I was like, you know what? Not comfortable with Facebook. I know we're in profit. Let's adjust our stop loss. We adjust our stop loss, and what do you think happened? The next day, the Facebook did this. Completely tanked, right? I say all that to say, one, I don't know why Facebook is no longer a leader, but two, sometimes you gotta, it's not necessarily trust your instincts, but one, I think technicals work, right? Paying attention to volume and price point. No matter what anyone else says, volume and price point tells a very big story. And two, if for whatever reason you want to get out of a stock, there's nothing that says you need to remain in it. I don't care if you want to get out for whatever reason. Be comfortable getting out the stock, all right? Doesn't mean that I'm not going to get back into Facebook at any point. I probably will, and I'm just waiting for it to find like its footing and get back like that it once had. It does not have that right now. So perhaps I'll look to get in once it retests these most recent highs of around 208.66, or if it gets to a very significant support level. So it's still on my watch list. Just wanted to say, you know what? Sometimes when you're not feeling well about a stock and there's just something about it that's bothering you, it is okay to get out. Because when we got out, the next few days, the stock actually tanked, all right? So clearly I was picking up on something within the stock price point and volume. All right, what else? All right, and I've spent 17 minutes on 3 tickers lightning round. Okay, so Disney daily chart dating back to, let's go back to April of 2019. After that, nice earnings, the stock gapped up. Ran all the way to 147.15. Another trade we took in the premium member community, but we got in way back here somewhere when the stock was trading in the 100. So a nice close to 50% move, or it depends on where you got in, but a good 30 to 40% move with this particular ticker. Now back to why I like technical analysis, right? So sometime around here, and full disclaimer, full disclosure, I am long Disney and I'm staying long Disney. Although around here, I said, well, you know what? This looks like a technical pattern. It looks like a head and shoulders top. I suspect that Disney might actually drift lower, right? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, blue line considered the neckline. We can call that neckline level. Let's call it like 130. We broke that. Doesn't look like we broke it. Let me just pull that up a little bit. Broke that yesterday, broke that today to close at 129.96. Now heading into tomorrow, the remainder of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, pay attention to this area right here, that low, that 129, 130 area. If we cannot get back above to continue the uptrend, right, and if we break this gap up below of around 126.36, this level right here, more than likely we are going to fill this gap. So super important. If the markets open up pretty weak on Monday, if we open up weak on Monday, we have a sell-off, chances are this breaks, and I would not be surprised to see Disney sitting at around 117 to 118. Does not change my stance. In fact, I'll probably look to add as the stock comes down, right? Because I want to hold on to Disney for a long time. I still see it as a $200 stock. What else? And then we have Snap, ticker SNAP, daily chart dating back to 2018, but we can focus in on price action here. I like it. Looks like a rounding bottom was actually forming. I thought we were actually going to break out to the upside over this $18 level and probably get to $20 to $21, perhaps even $22. Still think that's a possibility. Pardon. We pulled back today after topping out at around, what was it, $18.17, somewhere around there. Yeah, $18.70, around here. So let me do my disclaimers. You know I like it. So I've actually been in Snapchat for a very long time. I've been in and out of the stock for the last year or two. I held a core position. I think I'm in at around $8 or $9, somewhere around there. So I'm definitely, if not over 100% in profit, but at 100% in profit with this. Only because I held, right? And it wasn't easy holding it, but I definitely believed in the story. That's one. Two, most recently, although I had my core position, most recently, I actually alerted this in the premium member community, and we went long somewhere around here. We were able to catch a quick, like really quick we were able to catch a really quick 3 to 4 points on this, meaning for every share that you own, you would have made an additional $3. If you bought 100 shares with our entry, you'd have made about $300 literally in 3-4 days. That happened. I honestly thought that we were going to resolve ourselves to the upside and hit, like, again, that $20 to $22 mark. That did not happen. The market sold off today, pulled back. Snap is at 16. We already filled this gap here, so I'm not really worried about that. But I am paying attention to this level right here. So I'm paying attention again to this level here around that, well, let's say $14, $15 mark. If we break that, then things get a little bit funky. If not, I still think Snap is a good hold. I still see it getting anywhere from 20 to 22. Obviously, you're going to make your decisions based on yourself. I'm not a financial advisor, just a person with almost 2 decades of experience. What else? All right, so I clearly don't know what quickly means because all my analysis are like 2 minutes each. Anyway, so JD, really quickly, I'll try at least. Daily chart dating back to 2017. I see a close here of $27.82. Things are not always peachy and cream, right? That's how it, not peachy and cream. Things are not always peaches and cream. Wow, I didn't get that. Anyway, so yes, we managed to successfully short the SPY. Great. Yes. We've managed to successfully buy the lows or support in the IWM. We got in when the market sold off at 144, shaved off literally at resistance. Why? Because it's in a channel, and I've talked about how to trade a channel. Predictable, right? Facebook, yes, we were able to get into that, come out unscathed, right? Disney, yes, you were able to get 30-40% on that. Snap, yes, even as a trade we made some, I think it was like 25%. I've almost doubled my core position. And JD also too, yes, when I initially alerted JD, it was right around here, believe it or not. I don't know if I'm really good, but I don't know, they don't always work out, but in this particular situation, I was able to alert right at the bottom, again, just based on my understanding of technical analysis. So we got into this trade, literally, I want to say about a year ago, when it dipped to around $20, saw this huge run up to around 30, right? So that is a profit of, I don't know, you do the math. It's a lot, right? And here we are pulled back, sitting here 27.82, right? And for a very long time, I want to say for the last 6 months, half a year, I've been waiting for the stock to actually get above clear resistance. You can see it, right? I hope you can, because I can see it. Blue line here, resistance. You can see the times in which the market has tried to penetrate that, you can say that $32 level to no avail. And every time we get there, I'm like, this is the time. Then it doesn't happen, and I get frustrated. And I shouldn't get frustrated, but I'm not frustrated because it's not, yes, on one level I'm frustrated because it's not getting above 32, but it's like, just do something. Stop like making it similar with the IWM in the SPY. Like just do something. If you want to crash, crash. You want to break out, but just don't do this. Anyway, so sitting here at 27.82, we're pulling back. I don't like it. This yellow line really quickly is where I want it to go, which is 35. If we break above 32, easily I can see us getting to 35, and I would like that because it would be almost 100% gain, almost a double from our entry zone. Right now, it's looking like it wants to drift back here to around that $25 level where I see support again. You see it, right? Market gets here, you get that bounce. Market gets 25, you get the bounce. Market gets 25, you get the bounce. So if you're looking for a long position, maybe you'll get that bounce here around $25. I don't know. Obviously, that's what I am betting on, because if we get that bounce, hopefully for the 5th or 6th, how many times, maybe they'll finally penetrate this 32 level, and then we'll see 35. So yes, I am still long JD. What else? And then Zynga daily chart, just focusing on price action here. Pulled back like the rest of the market. I see a quote here of $5.84. Yes, I'm still bullish. Yes, I still see an $8 price target. But what you should be paying attention to, don't pay attention too much to the daily fluctuations. That will drive you completely back. It's going to drive you insane and crazy. Pay attention to just crucial levels, right? And, you know, if you understand technical analysis, you'll know what those levels are. And that's what I do. I don't pay attention to sort of like the small fluctuations. I try not to. I write down the price points that are of significance for me based, again, on my understanding of technical analysis. And once the market actually gets there or approaches there, whether it be because I'm going to short it or long it, that's when I perk up, right? Everything else is just quote unquote noise to me. So right now, what I'm paying attention to with Zynga, obviously, it's its most recent high, the 52-week high of $6.65. Disclaimer, we got into this trade around the low, right? Remember I told you I like to get those bottoms, right? Not always easy, don't always work out, but they do sometimes, and when they do, it's great. Because look, from a low of 332 to a recent high of 65, that's a nice gain. Now I want more. I still see it hitting $8, but for that to happen, if we're going to trade and look at things as a roadmap, right? So for me, I have my roadmap, and yes, I'm so long. I have my roadmap, and my roadmap says if we get above 665, that looks good. That looks bullish. It looks like the market is going to want to run, and if it runs based on everything else that went on back here, that run potentially can take it to around $8, okay? So that's my take on ticker ZNGA. And just as a side note, always pay attention to volume. I think that tells a big story as well. What else? All right, we're going to cap it here. This video has gone on probably for around 30 minutes. Way too long, especially on a Friday. Anyway, what we have right now was ticker LTM daily chart dating back to around April of 2019. So the chart is about 5 to 6 months. You can see this huge gap up here. Great. Closed at 1181, confirming volume. Went as high as $12, as low as 1157. This is very much so a doji, and I've spoken about a doji. I talk about it. Essentially, what I like to call a tug of war, a push and pull between the bulls and the bears. The stock did a lot today to essentially, for the most part, close essentially where it opened for the day. So no matter the fact that it went as high as 12, as low as 1157, it basically ended where it started the day, which talks to an indecisiveness in terms of what the market wants to do with it. So heading into next week, what you want to pay attention to is, you know, where the stock or the market actually goes, whether or not it wants to resolve itself to the upside or to the downside. We'll see who has the greater push, for lack of a better word, heading into next week. So again, always pay attention to the open. If we open up below 1181, not so good of a sign, especially if we can't get back above that mark. If we open up above 1181 and we don't look back, that's a good sign. But pay attention, obviously, to that low of 1157, because if that breaks, it's that huge gap here, right? That huge gap. And for the most part, not always, for the most part, gaps generally get filled, and the gap here is $9.04, all right? So have that in mind if you're looking to go long or if you're long. Pay attention to today's low. If we take that out, chances are the selling might accelerate, okay? So that's it. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed this very, very lengthy video, do 3 things for me. 1, comment in the comment section. That's 1. 2, subscribe at our YouTube channel. I do videos every single day. They're not usually 30 minutes in length. They're usually about anywhere from let's say 9 to maybe 18 minutes. All right. So if you never want to miss any, make sure you're subscribed. And lastly, my friend, I've been trading for well over 15 years. That's 15 years. If you think you can learn anything from me, then definitely head on over to our website, ShortMeTina.com. Sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support. Don't forget, link below. Get your 2 free stocks. Get them. Why not? They're free. Enter the competition, 40,000 Tesla. And if you want more information, again, make sure to subscribe at our website, ShortMeTina.